All right, so this one's fairly interesting. Samuel L. Jackson has had some, let's say, again, interesting things to say. We'll go through that here in a little bit. But the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think even the Shields are having to start to concede that it doesn't have the pizzazz that it once did. It doesn't have the level of favoritism that people had before. Those normies have now grown out of it because it's again they really didn't have legitimate interest anyway, and now these guys are left with an audience of people that still some of them are gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, but on the other hand, it's like how many of those exist to the point to where you can at least carry the company based on that, and I don't think that it's not that significant of a number of people. So when you get comments and statements like this, you're already bleeding support. Why on earth would you continue to double down on some of these concepts that may have turned people off to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the first place? So this title, coming from Variety, says Samuel L. Jackson stands by Brie Larson against quote unquote toxic man fans, incel dudes who hate strong women. Like, oh man, what is this guy thinking? Samuel L. Jackson stood up for his Marvel co-star Brie Larson during a recent interview with Rolling Stone, in which the Nick Fury actor was asked about Larson being the target of toxic Marvel fans on social media. Now, I know some of y'all may have short memories, but it was unprecedented the amount of gaslighting that happened when Captain Marvel was about to come out. Of course, being the character being introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the most criminal movies when I was still watching Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that I'd ever seen, considering what they did to Monica Rambeau as well as Marvel. You can go watch my old videos. I had gripes about those plenty. And my issues really didn't stem from Brie Larson I didn't even know who she was. To be fair, that can be said about a lot of actors, not Samuel L. Jackson, but for some other actors that can also be said that I didn't know who they were until they fill these roles. Because I'm not like a movie buff like that. I'm going to watch the stuff because I'm a comic book guy. But you had insight, just unlike anything we had ever seen. People were shilling for Brie Larson and going against fans because she, number one, she would say things that would put her foot in her mouth, but then you get like just basic comments made by people, and they would then twist that to mean that you're a toxic man baby, you're an incel, disrespecting legitimate fans. Again, this is not haters that we're talking about, right? This is not people that despise Marvel and always have despised Marvel, especially not even the character of Carol Danvers. Now in the comics, she's about as bad as probably a character can be since she switched from being Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel. But like overall, people tolerated Miss Marvel. So you're telling fans of this, even that character, but fans also of Marvel in itself, you're telling them how much you despise them or how lowly you think of them. That's just the worst possible thing they could be doing at a time like this. Continuing on, sorry about that. I got my email going off because I got a meeting here in a little bit. It says Captain Marvel, which was review bombed by trolls. This is the classic stuff. Remember, this is what I forgot to remember. Rotten Tomatoes, unprecedented. Rotten Tomatoes changed their entire site because of Captain Marvel and the response that it was getting, where you used to be able to tell people if you're enthusiastic, looking forward to this movie, and because of that element of that, well, they're saying that it was just toxic man babies and review bombing and all that sort of stuff that happened around that character. Well, they changed that, or the movie, they changed that entire. I think they stripped the site in its entirety of that feature. It's no longer even available. Says Jackson called her a stronger person than people give her credit for. And like I said, someone going to bat for a friend, that's not the end of the world. It's just that you're sacrificing the fans for that. And that's just not the best course of action. And this is where it really gets silly. We bonded through the election while we were doing her movie when Donald Trump won. She was broken, and I was like, don't let him break you. So he's admitting that she was broke And I've made this point a million times. Donald Trump broke pretty much all of Hollywood and entertainment. You have to be strong now. Oh my God, literally Donald Trump is literally Hitler, and now he's the president. Oh my God, you got to be strong. What the strong for what? Then when she got Captain Marvel, she called me and was like, they want me in the Marvel Universe. Should I do it? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Addressing Larson's online haters, Jackson says she's not going to let any of that stuff destroy her. Well, you just said that she was broken. So, okay. But also he goes on to say, these incel dudes, Samuel L. Jackson, what are you doing, man? Who hate strong women. Yeah, that's the argument. Golly, man. Or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion and expressed it. Everybody wants people to be who they want them to be. She is who she is, and she's genuinely that. I don't think that. I don't think that's even the issue. I think to spite people is different from you having your own individual opinion or saying things that turn off a legitimate audience. Like I said, people that hate you, Brie Larson, like legitimately, I get it, because I get hate. Telling them to go screw themselves is one thing. But, talking about these fans and misassessing actual fans and trying to conflate that with like incel, which is what Samuel L. Jackson's doing right now, and other just negative connotation, let's just call it that, is nonsensical. But that's what gets these people in trouble. Now, look, y'all are fans of Nick Fury. I've said before, Nick Fury in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is something that I tolerate because he's not Nick Fury. He's just Samuel L. Jackson. And to be fair, this is Samuel L. Jackson in every role. And I'm not saying this is disrespect. It works for him. But he's just Samuel L. Jackson in an eye patch. That's who Nick Fury is. And I get it. They created this Nick Fury in the Ultimate Universe that was pretty much modeled after Samuel L. Jackson. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because even in the main universe, and I'm not making this up, you can go look this up yourself, the black Samuel L. Jackson in the Marvel's universe in the comics is still, even though he's black, he's still the son of Nick Fury Sr., which is the classic Nick Fury. Makes no sense. They didn't even try to make it make sense, but this was something it is that they wanted. So considering that, obviously, you guys know my position on tokenization and all that, whatever. It is what it is, neither here nor there. But I know for you guys that did tolerate him, some of these comments that he's making is nonsensical, and it's going to turn some of y'all off. But if you are, oh yeah, am I going to promote my own stuff? You damn right. As we have already closed in on $1.5 million. Let's look at this real quick. If you do want new comic book universe to get into, maybe start with ISOM. You can get ISOM 1, but ISOM 2 campaign pre-order is going on right now. We've hit 1.5 million. We're working on the short box, getting that finished up. So visit Rippaverse.com if you want to get some products from people that don't hate you. It's really that simple. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultramax, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically even with Rippaverse orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit Rippaverse.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.